me try this first.
What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we'll be going over the S5 and doing a nice deep clean on it as much as I can with the interior. So then we're also going to try to take some of these panels off as well, try to get that door open and see if we can get that top moving a little bit. So if you guys are new here, I really appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys will consider subscribing down below. But most importantly, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and also make sure you guys have your post notifications on. And I got a link right down here for Instagram. And make sure you guys are following me over there as well. That way you guys stay up to date on the build and everything else that goes on the channel. To all my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here and continuing to support me. So as I said, the inside of the car got rained on pretty well. So we're going to be doing a little bit of testing with the electronics, make sure all that works. I believe that there's going to be a little bit of mildew or something in there, so we're going to clean all that up. We might have to take the carpets out and stuff like that, but we're going to start with a deep clean and see if the smell comes out and just basically see what the damage is of all that in there. It's about 90 degrees right now, so we are going to take the cover off. We're going to get the AC going while we're on the inside of that, because if I can't open the doors and the windows, it's going to be really brutal right now. So let's get this cover off. So you guys can see just how filthy this car actually is. You got dust all over the place. This car's been sitting at the auction lot for a really long time. And then this car, just like any other car that's at the auction lot, you always want to do a nice deep clean before you do anything with it, because you don't know how long it's been sitting there, you don't know what's growing in here. These cars are sitting for a long time, guys, so you definitely want to make sure that you're safe when you're getting into these vehicles. So you see all the dirt, the dust up there, especially up on the dash right there. It's filthy. You got stuff all over the seats. These seats are supposed to be a nice silver and black, and they are filthy. Obviously people had to climb around in the back just to get in and out while the top was down while it was at auction. So what we're going to be using is we have a Supreme Shine High Gloss Protectant. I'm not a big fan of using these types of things because I feel like it does more damage than good, because you have to, it gets all shiny and everything, and I don't like that stuff, but I have it. I'm going to be using that just to finish this bottle. I probably won't be buying stuff like this again, but for right now this should work perfectly just to get all this straightened up. Next thing we have is the Rich Leather Conditioner. So we're going to be using that on the leather, which desperately needs to be brought back to life. Then we got our bag of microfiber towels as well, and we're going to be hitting that, pretty much using them all. Got some ice cream from the ice cream guy. Haven't had one of these in a really long time. We'll be rocking the Blue Bunny. Alright guys, so we're going to see if we can get the top up. Cody was able to get the window down a little bit, so I think that was the problem as to why we couldn't get the top up and to go up and down. So we're going to give this a shot right now. We're going to do the reverse, just get it to go up, and then we're going to put it back down and finish this clean. Right, we got the leather, we got the interior all cleaned up, all the panels and everything. We're just gonna give it a quick vacuum, get it all good, And then we'll move on to the door, see if we can get that off. So we got the wheel off, and I just want to point out that this car looks like it's been maintained pretty well. Unlike the A7, where the previous owner did absolutely nothing. You can tell these are new rotors. They barely have any wear on them. Don't worry about the rust, it's standard. And then you have your brake pad as well, which looks to be just about brand new. So it's always good to see that the previous owner took care of it. So now we're going to take that inner wheel well off, and we are going to see if we can get that front fender off as well. And then we're going to assess some damage, see if we can pull that door off. So now that we have the wheel liner off, we can assess some of this damage. The only thing that is bent in here that I can tell so far is this, and that's not a big deal. We'll be able to just hammer that right back down, heat it up a little bit, hammer it back down, and that'll be fine. So we're gonna get this fender off, and then we will see what we're dealing with the rest of this stuff. Okay, so I'll catch you up on what I did. I had to take off the washer fluid reservoir. They have this little shield on the inside as well that I had to take off. Then a couple little brackets as well. The fender was a pain in the butt to get off, but when you're replacing items like this, you get the added benefit of being able to simply cut it off. So I had to cut it off here because right there, because I couldn't get the bolt in there, or the socket in there, because the door needs to be opened in order to do that, and the door is obviously sealed shut right now, so I need to deal with that. So the closer I get to this bumper, the more repairs and everything that I see that it needs. Not a big deal. We're definitely going to be able to take care of that, so we're going to have to take that bumper off eventually as well. Hit a little bit of body filler on there, and we'll be good to go with that. Maybe some plastic filler. So we got this quarter or the fender off, and everything up here looks good. Nothing's bent or anything like that. The only thing that is bent is this part right here. That should be very easy to reshape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to see if I can get this door off. I will heat it up if I need to, but I'm just going to try to use channel locks and see if we can just bend it back. That's bent back. We won't know exactly how it sits till we get another fender up there, but we're going to see if we can get that door off now. So I can't get the door off the actual hinges itself. I'm going to take the hinge off completely as well. So now that we got the interior all straightened up, I'll give you guys a quick look at it. Looks much better in here. We got to do a bit of a deeper cleaning on the other side. It's hard to do without the door opener. We did get the top down. We managed to do that. So this looks more silver and less covered in dirt and grime. Vacuumed up a little bit over here. Got the back looking good as well. So the next things we need to do are, we need to get this door open. We also need to get these seat belts out as well. So we might start with those seat belts since we have to take that door trim off anyway. And we'll see what we can do. So we're gonna give this a shot. The door handle broke off on the outside. I don't know if the door's unlocked or locked or whatever, but we gotta get that off. So we're gonna try to kick it open and just see how that works. I don't want you to get your fingers caught.
Yeah, I know, that's not my thing.
Let me try this first.
Not even budging, like anything. It's just like so tight. And it's like, I think the door got pushed into here. Oh, are they? Give me some. Okay. So that's what it looks like open. If you guys didn't know.
So you guys just witnessed the thing that I spent 4 hours trying to get off on the other day. And so now that the door is open, we can assess the damage in here. But first, we're going to see if we can actually open this a little bit. Now that we got the door open, let's see what the damage is on the inside. See how bad this actually is. This doesn't look bad at all. So, we might have to replace this quarter panel though. So we got some denting, some buckling here. Might be able to pull that out because it is steel. So maybe we'll try to do that, pull out these dents a little bit, see if we can resurface it. But I'm thinking we might just need to replace this quarter panel, which might be a problem because I don't weld, and yeah, it might be tough. Alright, so we got the door open. We're gonna see if we can get to these hinges in here. So there's these little bolts right in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right in there, there's 2 bolts, so we got to see if we can get this door open a little more, so we can take them out and pop this door right off the hinges. So we're going to take the door off right now. Door's pretty heavy, so we're going to put a jack under it so that we support the weight, so that when we take the bolts off, we can lift it up and should be able to get the hinges off pretty easily. Got it. So we have these little bolts right here. These should come right out, and that way we can take this hinge off, pop the door right off. We'll have to take this off as well, and then this whole door should pop right off. I have to see what to do about this wiring harness as well. We're gonna get that wiring harness off. Looks like it just pops off, but I'm weary of just knocking it off. Alright, so we're going to take these bolts off, get this door off the hinges. We got those bolts out. We're going to see if we can get the door off the hinges now. So we got the door off, saw that. Damage doesn't look too bad, but there's definitely some scuffs and stuff, but I'm not certain that some of these things are worth repairing. Like this is all good, no big deal with that. Hey, We have to see about this quarter panel though. That's going to be the big thing right now. So we're going to see if we can pop this panel off now. You have to pop this off. We got to pop this back here. We do have to get these seat belts out. I want to see if there's access to this quarter panel area. We might be able to hammer it out from the inside and see what kind of dents we can remove. If we don't have access to that, I could get a stud welding gun and pull these out. Since this is steel, it should stick pretty well, but there's a lot of damage with it and I'm not certain that we'll be able to get it all off. So this is Cody's first start of the vehicle.
Try the top, maybe?
See if we get the top up a little bit.
Down or up?
Down. Good.
Lights are on. It's beep.
So we were hoping that we can get the top back up so that we can get access back to here. But I guess with the door missing, the soft top's not working because it's not registering the door, obviously. So we're going to pop the door back on, get the hinges on, and that might be it for today's video. So we're gonna get these hinges off because the new door doesn't have hinges. So we'll take these bolts off. We're just gonna toss these on the other door. So in the accident, it looks like the door panels got pushed in slightly. These hinges are a little bit bent. So before I go buy new ones, I'm gonna see if I can just hammer these out a little bit and hopefully they'll kind of just straighten out and we'll be able to get the door back in and close it up. So we hammered the hinges forward a little bit. We pulled this dent out a little bit. And we put a little WD-40 on, and we're just gonna use a metal file to just get the corrosion out. We might need to get new hinges, but we're not certain yet, so we're gonna test fit the door, see what we got. Alright guys, so we're back for the next day, and we realized here that we know that the door's not lining up. We're off by about an inch on the top right corner of it, and we noticed that the door got hit here, so we tried hammering it a little bit yesterday. We noticed that it's obviously not working. So upon a little further inspection, we see that this looks like it's hit down. Here's see if we can get this hinge off. This right off. Oh, crap. It's stuck. There's a bolt on the inside, and if I lose that, it might be SOL. That. So we got this bulging out a little bit. It looks like when it got hit back, it pushed back into the frame a little bit. But there's a screw on the inside of this, and I don't understand why it's like this. If we lose this, we're not going to be able to get it back. Maybe it's not. Alright, so quick update guys. We got the door on. It's more or less level. What we're dealing with now is we have about a millimeter body gap that we need to increase. And this needs to come up about a millimeter as well. We're looking like slightly, so we can get this up a little bit more. But I'm running out of ways to adjust it. So we gotta try to tighten another bolt, see if we can hold it in place, but right now we're close, not too bad. Alright guys, so we made good progress here. We were able to get the door closed. We don't have a perfect gap yet. I'm not going to worry about this just yet. This is slightly higher as well, like slightly. But this quarter panel, I don't know if we're going to replace it or we got to repair it or what the deal is with that just yet. But as of now, we're good with this. Door opens, stays open. Obviously we got to change this out with the other one, but we're going to pull this whole thing off because we still have to paint it. We got to sand it all down, paint it up, but right now we are looking good. Closes. Guys, let's see if you can hear the lock. Oh, doesn't work with it open. Locks. Unlock. Lights work, and we're good. That's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to see the deep clean, got to see the fender, and you know, we're making progress on this car every single day. So we're gonna keep going on it and just keep learning and figuring out what we're gonna do with the quarter panel and the door and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys stuck with me through the whole thing. I wanna thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, throw me some comments down below. And also make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram. Got a link right down here. That way you guys stay up to date on the build and everything else that goes on this channel. Hope that this video series can inspire you guys to just pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you need to do. Just try to become a DIY salvage guy yourself.